Hi everyone, welcome to the first part of the Everyday Lingerie Journey of a Woman's Life blog series with the beautiful Riley Stone. Thank you so much for coming in this morning,
pleasure.
Riley. I want to start off just asking you how old you are, if you go to school, what year you're in, and what you like to do for fun.
So I go to a high school in Port Macquarie. I'm going into year 10 actually. I like to do a lot of sports as a hobby, like water skiing, soccer, and I just recently turned 15 last year, end of last year.
Tell me a little bit more about your water skiing.
Yeah, so I started water skiing at a really young age. My father did water skiing when he was younger and he's pursued it like as he's grown up.
Yeah.
So he opened up 2 ski lakes, maybe 15 years ago, and I've been raised to water ski, so like since I was 2 years old basically.
Wow.
So I've been doing competition skiing since I was around 6 years old, and I've been doing it since.
Yep. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you want to pursue that as a professional career, or have you got any idea at 15 what you might like to do in the future?
To be honest, I don't really know with pursuing it as a career, but I do want to take it further.
When I was 15, I really wanted to be a hairdresser.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to do. And then over the years, as you get older, things change and your interests change. And so I think it's really great for you to have an open mind and not feel any pressure about what you want to do. I think that's really important. You did mention that you would like to maybe get into some modelling.
Yes, I do. Ever since a young age actually, I've always been told, oh, you should model, oh, you'll be a great model, like you've got the features and stuff. Hopefully one day I can, pursue that and get further into that.
So if anybody out there has a modelling agency or a fashion brand and would like Riley to do some modelling, I'm sure she'd be really happy to do that.
That's amazing.
Just talking about fashion, what are some of your favourite brands?
I have many that I absolutely adore, and I always spend all my money on them, but I love to go look at the stores, Universal, City Beach, and then the ones in our local area, Storm Riders, like Salt and Wine.
And what about any particular brands that you like? Like whereabouts did you get this outfit today, which is gorgeous, by the way?
I got the pants from Pretty Rab, which is also another local store, so it isn't like out of our area, and this from Universal, which I went to Sydney and I visited the store.
Very nice. Okay, so I know your mum really well, and I've actually known Riley since she was about this big, and she was gorgeous then, and she's still absolutely beautiful now. Has your mum given you any fashion tips or beauty tips? Can you give me one that she might have given to you?
Yeah, so mum, she always tries to make sure I look my best and presented my best. So like every day before I go to school, she's like, Riley, how about you chuck a ribbon in your hair?
Oh,
which she always, I know, and she's like, and like once I went to go to school with a blue ribbon, she's like, how about you put the white one in because it matches your uniform? So she does do little like tweaks like that.
Yeah. Social media is huge at your age. So tell me, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook, have you got a favourite or do you do all of them?
Honestly, Instagram has always been my favourite since like 10 years old, but TikTok has taken over like the platforms. Honestly, it's like going skyrocketing, and that's definitely one of my favourites now, just because like it's not as staged and as like fake as what Instagram can be. You never know what's real and fake with Instagram. TikTok, on the other hand, is just a bunch of short, funny videos that you get to express yourself.
Do you think that it is because TikTok is real and therefore makes you feel better about yourself in a way that you don't have to strive for that perfection? Whereas on Instagram, you might look at things, kind of know that they're probably staged and they're probably photoshopped and edited, but in a way it actually makes you feel like you need to be that perfect person.
It is hard to believe what's real and fake, which puts a lot of pressure on yourself to have to be posting on Instagram and just to have Instagram in general, because it really it can put your confidence down a lot by scrolling through your feed and just seeing like all these models. In
regards to say Instagram and TikTok and your social media, are there particular people who you absolutely love, like influencers that really, that you're always liking their stuff?
Yeah, so I'm always keeping up with models and like the up-to-date fashion and trying to keep on the trends. And on TikTok, there are quite a few influencers that I like to also keep up with, like one of the teenagers that recently became really famous is Charli D'Amelio. She's skyrocketed within the past year. She's became one of the most famous teenagers. I always try and keep up with her and like see what new dances she's learning, and like I'll try and learn those dances and trends she's on.
Okay. Speaking about like keeping up with things, last year with COVID, obviously it affected everybody in the world. How did it feel for you as a teenager? Were there any really major things that kind of where you felt this has really impacted my life?
It was really hard in your everyday life because I went from seeing my friends every single day for 6 hours straight to not being able to go see them within a month. Like, it was really hard, but on the other side of things, we did have social media, which always kept us connected and talking and up to date. But it was an impact to, like, you know, just your mental health, like not being able to see your friends and you know, just having that big difference. Like, you went from seeing them every day to not at all and talking on social medias.
Yep, definitely. Just a couple more questions, so I won't grill you for too much longer. But being a 15-year-old in 2021, what is the best thing about that?
Probably I have to say, even though there's pros and cons about it, the social media side of things, because even though, you know, it is a bit hard to like see all these, you know, famous models looking like that and acting like that, it really does help like just all electronics and devices and technology does help our society nowadays, just to keep in contact.
So what would be the worst thing about being a teenager then?
Probably the beauty standards and like just the like society nowadays, like, you know, you have to look and act and dress a certain way. Like, if you, for example, if you reveal too much and wear, you know, revealing clothes, you get shamed on, but then if you don't, you get shamed on if you're too confident, you know. So you really feel a lot of pressure. Yeah, you kind of feel trapped.
And is that mainly from social media, or is that just in general, like going to school and just being in the community? Where do you feel that most pressure from?
You're always, I think that personally, you're always going to have, you know, like a pressure on yourself at school and everyday life. Like, it's always been like that, but now that social media has taken a toll over like society and everyday life, that's definitely made made those insecurities like skyrocket for teenagers, which is really hard. But like,
so what would you like to see more of on social media? What would make you feel better about yourself and your mental health?
Yeah, definitely more like body positivity and like what you were saying, like all different shapes and sizes, because you don't see that much often, like nowadays. Like, you just see, oh, you have to be slim and, you know, you have to have, you know, it's all like beauty standards now.
Which is really great, because that is what everyday lingerie is about, and that everybody is beautiful, and it really is, and we should really embrace who we are, and we should start to think about our bodies as an amazing vessel. And I know that for this particular company, that is something that they are really, really proud of, that that's really what they stand for, is embracing the everyday body. So that's really great. Now, last question, because this is a filming for Everyday Lingerie, I've got to ask you, when you go to purchase underwear, what do you look for? What's important to you? Is it price? Is it style? Is it like comfortability? What do you kind of look for if you go undie shopping?
I definitely personally look for comfort, like the comfort of it. Like, when I go lingerie shopping, I look for maybe silk options and stuff that I can be comfortable, especially my school uniform, because I'll be at school 6 hours, 7 hours a day. So you definitely want to be comfortable in what you're wearing.
Okay, so comfortability is your number one.
Yes,
well, that's really awesome to hear, and I'm sure that you would like them to look nice too. So I actually do have a little present here. You can open that later, but that's from Everyday Lingerie. So there you go. And I guarantee you they are very comfortable. So thank you so much for coming in this morning and hanging out. We'll get you back for a photo shoot on the 30th. So as I said, if anybody out there is looking for a beautiful model, Riley is here and super keen. So that wraps up part one for the Everyday Lingerie Journey of a Woman's Life with, as I said, beautiful Riley Stone, 15 years old, from Port Macquarie.